good.
So yeah, Washington. Let's see what I know about Washington.
Yeah, you said it's coming up. And it's almost like the Napa, or it's trying to be that. But
Well, in my humble opinion, I think Napa has forgotten sometimes about wine. People don't go over the wine; they just want to go for status.
Right.
interesting.
And two, I know you've been there, but I've been to Oregon and the Oregon wine scene, and I've never been to Washington, but I feel like there's some similarities there.
Mm-hmm.
They hate like the Napa scene. They're
Really?
just like, no, we're not snobs.
Because it's all yuppies there.
Right.
Yeah.
They're farmers.
And the people in Oregon and the people in Washington are farmers first. Like they rather it sounds condescending, but they rather go through on a tractor and hang out with like the vineyards and take care of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just the result of that.
The fact that
Happiness.
Gavin Newsom has a vineyard in Napa Valley, I think tells you all you need to know about Napa
Nose
Valley.
up.
Thank you. Yes,
So,
gosh,
there you go.
that's for sure. But yeah, so that's you go to Napa and then someone will walk up with, some alligators on in a big suit,
Mm-hmm.
But that's a stereotype. What I'm saying is, it's just Napa has become so prestigious, they've forgotten about what got them there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So like he's saying, Sonoma, Washington, Oregon, they're farmers and they still make great wine.
They make wine because they love making wine.
Right.
Right. Which is probably how Napa started.
Right.
100%.
But they still have great wines, but it got to their head.
Right. There's some too much status there now, so there's some people.
Gosh.
I can see that. What I've noticed smelling this one is that, for me, at least in this case, in these examples, the reds have been the hardest for me to tell the difference of.
Okay. Yeah.
We did pick two very different whites too.
Yeah, we did.
Because
Interesting.
if you can't smell the difference on these, you probably have COVID. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah.
With these ones, it's definitely more subtle, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, they are. And we chose two lighter reds. Had we chosen, a big Napa Cab here,
Mm-hmm.
or I don't know, a Malbec, it might have been different. But
Mm-hmm.
we got to work for it. We got to work for it this time.
To me, this smells like a lot of precipitation. It smells like... All right, I'll stop there.
You keep talking like that.
I was
Go
just
ahead.
trying to talk a lot about what I already knew about Washington.
Turning me on.
So, no, the crazy part about Washington, too, that not a lot of people know, everyone always is like, oh, yeah, it just rains a lot.
Yeah.
But that's only 1/4 of Washington. The other 3/4 is desert.
Oh, really?
So the Columbia Valley right here, it varies. You could get something that's very warm weathered,
Mm-hmm.
but you could also get something that's a little bit cooler of a climate, like the Seattle portion. Not that they grow a ton of wine in Seattle, but you know what I mean. The way it is, the Cascade Mountains that go through, they kind of cut off
Right.
that 1/4 from the other 3, and so on the right side of it is a desert. The left side is the Seattle Nirvana. All like that stuff that everyone attributes to Washington.
Grunge, yeah.
Whereas most of it's a desert, and nobody thinks about that, but it's true.
Right.
I can see that. I mean, everybody thinks that if you think about California, you're thinking of LA or San Francisco.
True.
Which
Yeah.
a lot of California is not that.
Which that's 2% of the geography.
Right.
Really. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this one is. You can tell it's heavier than the last two reds.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
What do you guys think, right?
oh, you asking us what we think? I don't know. I do have a few.
Well, this is the only one I knew what it tasted like before we came in here.
Oh yeah, this is your wine. You tell us. You teach us about this one.
So this wine has a very expensive motorcycle on the front called the Vincent. They don't make them anymore, but they're worth well into 6 figures if you
Oh.
can get your
Oh,
hands
really?
on one.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were making that up right now.
Oh, no. A Vincent was like the super bike of the day in the 50s and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Like,
That's
yeah,
pretty cool.
going over 100 miles an hour and all that kind of stuff. So they don't make
Damn.
They haven't made them for a long time. I know Jay Leno has a whole room full of them.
Of course
but
he does. Yeah.
to find a pristine one that can still run and everything, they're a lot. They're arguably one of the most expensive motorcycles.
Oh wow.
But and you can really taste that in the wine. Jay Leno has a room full of them. But
So see, if you look too on this one,
can't
you can still see your hand
Yeah.
a little
But
bit
see how
because
it's
I don't have
harder?
a ton, but it is significantly darker than the
Yeah.
Pinot Noir.
yeah, it is. It's interesting. This is probably not my.
Oh, you're not a fan of this one. I think your mind has changed. You like the
I
Pinot.
It definitely. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite. It's definitely either at the bottom or close to the bottom. Probably at the bottom, to be honest with you.
Okay. Wow. Okay. What do you pick up? Because I know for me, there's a few things that stood out. Because it's such a big wine.
Mm-hmm.
It is heavy, which I thought I would actually like more, but it's kind of you're getting that aftertaste without anything of the positives from the other ones. Is like maybe in the sense of like how smooth it is. So some of
Okay.
the, like the one
Mhm.
before it was very smooth with an aftertaste. Where this is kind of just all aftertaste.
Oh, I see.
Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of a strong. I mean, it's good. It's sweet. So it's
There's a sweetness
It's-
to it,
So yeah, out of all the reds, it's the most fruit forward,
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
and you could tell that right away. That would be my, I guess, takeaway for sure.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just all in my head because it was kind of like going into it. I was like, that's the shitty one that I know nothing about that I bought, like just as a, hey, we'll throw that one in there. So I was like expecting, and you guys chose all the other ones knowing everything you know. So I don't know if that's just in my head. It's not bad. Like I would
No.
drink it any day of the week,
For sure. For sure.
but
But it's definitely heavier. It's more fruit forward. It's not as I don't know. The other ones are more subtle, and they're leading with more.
refinement.
There you go. Beautifully said. There you go.
Thank you, my good man.
There's like a. This is jammy, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
and you can tell it's jammy. It's
Plum,
like there you go. Plum, like raspberry preserve,
blackberry.
blackberry,
Yeah.
and it's heavy, which is
Mhm.
quintessential American. So that's what people go after.
Well, what'd we say too? I know it says a red blend, but what we looked it up before. What was the percentage of actual grapes? I think it was like 40% Cabernet or something like that.
So I looked it
forget.
up, but it didn't say what the percentage was.
Oh, okay.
But we know since it says red blend, it's not predominant of a grape.
Right.
Mhm.
In the United States, it has to be at least 75% of one to label it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is probably 74 or anything lower.
Gotcha.
But it did say it's leading with Cabernet.
Hmm.
So we can at least bank on that.
Right.
But it is good. This is something if you want to just have a glass really quick and you love fruit forward wine, this is excellent.
Yeah, it's not, like I said, it's not bad. I don't not like it. But the fruit forward thing, I can definitely know what you're talking about.
Right.
And it is also just a heavy wine.
Yeah,
It is. Yeah.
So like
Dries
it's-
out your mouth a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
right.
tannic.
exactly.
It's yeah. Like each sip is definitely more of a hit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I don't mean that in just an alcoholic type of way.
Even
It's-
if you did, that's okay.
yeah. But if you enjoyed this content, be sure to check out the Standing Still podcast, both here on YouTube and wherever else you listen to podcasts.